I'm MoJo. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this super easy Disney-inspired DIY. You will need a hot glue gun, glue sticks, 8-inch hoop, 2 4-inch hoops, material for your bow, and cord, rope, or yarn, and scissors. I purchased my hoops from Hobby Lobby, but you can purchase them at your local craft store. Cut your yarn or rope of choice in 72 inches in length. Now we're going to wrap the hoop completely in yarn so that you cannot see the metal. We start by gluing and then just wrapping around. Repeat this process until you've wrapped the entire hoop. This full DIY will take about 1.5 hours to 2 hours to complete. I know it sounds like a lot of time, but keep in mind, patience is a virtue. It'll be well worth it in the end when you have something super cute to show for your time. Now once you've completed the process of wrapping your 8-inch hoop entirely, it's time to move on to wrapping your 2 smaller 4-inch hoops in like manner. Glue directly onto the hoop and then wrap your yarn or rope around until you reach the other side where you first started. And when you're done, you should have something like this. Now we're going to create our webbed center by attaching the yarn to the hoop by tying a very basic knot. Then use your hands to guide the yarn around the hoop in no particular pattern at all, no particular design, in any way that you desire or see fit. I find this part to be extremely fun. Just enjoy the process. You're going to want to end off where you started by using the remaining rope to tie a knot. This will secure your web from unraveling. Cut the remaining excess. Then repeat the process with your 2 smaller hoops. Before we assemble, let's glue any hanging yarn on the back of our 8-inch hoop. Now you can begin to play around with the placement of your ears to see where you like it best. You're going to use a bit of glue on each side to secure your placement. We will come back with yarn later to wrap and secure these permanently. This is just to hold the placement for now. Now we're going to be adding some glue to a piece of yarn, securing it behind the Mickey ear where the 2 hoops meet, and then wrapping it across both hoops around the back, through the front, and around again. You're going to repeat this process about 10 times for both ears. I do apologize that the visual is pretty bad on this one. I believe on the other side, when I wrap the other ear, you can see it a little better. After each time you wrap around both hoops, you really want to try to pull it, just give it a good little tug to make sure that it's nice and secure, because the whole point in doing this is to secure the smaller hoops to the larger hoop, and if you wrap it very loosely, it's not going to do a very good job. Repeat the same process to the second ear, gluing behind, guiding the yarn in front, and then wrapping across both hoops. And wrap about 10 times. Now we're going to flip it over just so we can finish off the back here by adding a little dab of glue, holding it down to secure it, and then we're just going to cut off the remaining yarn and do this on both sides. We are going to be turning this Mickey Mouse head into a Minnie Mouse head, but before we do that, let's get into how we add the fringe. Cut your yarn 2.5 feet in length. Line up both ends. Find your center point and drape over the hoop and pull through. Then guide your rope or yarn through the loop that's created. Repeat this process until the bottom looks as full as you would like it to be. I personally decided to add about 20 pieces. This part you can really get expressive with and have some fun. You can add multiple colors, you can add some beads, you can add feathers, truly anything that your heart desires. I think that this DIY is super easy to make, and that's part of what makes it so fun. Just the ease of it all just kind of takes all the pressure away. You just give a little bit of your time, and at the end of it, you have something super beautiful. Now you're going to attach some yarn to the top and between the two ears right in the center using the same method that you used to attach your fringe at the bottom. Just make sure that it is directly centered, because if it's not, it will throw off the balance of your project. Now for our mini bow, using a standard sheet of paper, I'm going to just fold it right in half, and then I'm going to cut right down the middle. I'm going to use this to trace out my bow. Make sure that you cut off about a 1-inch strip at the end. We are going to need that later. Then trace. I have 2 layers of fabric here that are stacked one on top of the other facing outward. That means the inner layer of the fabric is facing inside for both pieces. That's very important if you want a double-sided bow. Then cut around your outline. Sorry for blocking the view here. Now we're going to be gluing on the inner lining of the fabric. That's why it's important that they're both facing out. Add a little glue to one side, and then the other. And then we're going to do the same thing on both of the smaller ends as well. And this will be our bow. Now we're going to trace and cut the 1-inch strip that we cut off earlier. This part's going to be used for the center of our bow. Fold the material for your bow in accordion style. Make sure that your fold is just very firm and nicely creased. Then I'm going to fold it right down the center, because that's where we're going to wrap. To make sure that it's centered, I'm going to fold it up just like that, because we want our bow to be even on both sides. You're also going to want to add some glue in between the creases as well, and then begin to wrap your centerpiece around the bow about 2 times. Make sure that you secure and glue it in the back. You don't want any glue in the front of your bow. And that's it for the bow. See how easy that was? Now we're going to attach it to the hoop by gluing it directly on the back of the bow and then right to the center. And we know where our center is because we've already attached our loop where we're going to hang it from. So that's pretty much the same area that you want to glue. Then I also went back and added some glue to the top of the bow on each side, just to make sure that the positioning of the bow was right where I wanted it. I also added some glue at the bottom and just kind of played with the bow a little bit until I was satisfied with the way that it looked. Just wanted to thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed our time together, and I really hope that you decide to make one for yourself. And here's the final product. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be notified whenever I make more DIYs. I have lots of fun things planned for you guys this year. I know I started this channel about 2 years ago and I've been lagging for a while, but I'm super excited about the things that I have in store for you. See you in the next video.